Something big is happening right now, and it's happening all around us. Reports of strange animal behaviors, falling birds, and beached whales all are pointing towards something ominous. But what could it be? Are these just random occurrences, or could they be warning signals of an upcoming natural disaster? Animals have long been known to have heightened awareness and the ability to detect danger before it occurs. For centuries, people all over the world have reported unusual animal behavior in the days leading up to natural disasters. It is said that animals can sense impending danger and send warning signals to humans about upcoming disasters. The recent fall of hundreds of blackbirds from the sky in Mexico, the strange shift in animal movement patterns towards high land, the excessive beaching of whales, and a slew of other strange changes in animal behavior around the world have pointed to something very big and bad that is about to happen. The death of hundreds of blackbirds in Mexico is one of the most recent and dramatic examples of this phenomenon. A security camera recently captured the moment a flock of migratory birds descended on houses in northern Mexico, like a cloud of black smoke. The video was shot in Chihuahua, about 230 miles south of El Paso, Texas, and showed a flock of yellow-headed blackbirds collapsing to the ground in unison for unknown reasons. While many of the birds flying south from Canada, where they had spent the winter, recovered from the fall and flew away, dozens were dead and did not move. The exact cause of the incident is unknown, but experts believe that the flock was flushed from above by a predatory bird swooping down to make a catch. Is it just coincidence that these strange behaviors have occurred, or are they a sign of something more sinister? Birds have long been thought to have the ability to predict the future and foretell events. Ancient civilizations, such as the Romans, believed that birds could foretell the future if read and understood properly, much like tea leaves in a divination lesson. The Romans even took low-flying birds and cut them open to examine their internal organs in order to predict the future. According to Douglas Jacobson, a professor of church history and theology at Messiah College in Grantham, Pennsylvania, the ancient Romans believed that the auspice, or bird experts, would interpret the movements of a flock of starlings swooping through the sky, like a school of fish. Many cultures also believed that anything unusual in the sky or that comes out of the sky had the potential to be interpreted as a sign from God. While today most of these historical beliefs are not taken seriously, scientists, on the other hand, have a more concrete explanation for animals' strange behavior. From a scientific standpoint, the phenomenon of animals sensing natural disasters and sending warning signals to humans is complicated. Experts have various theories about what causes such events. For example, in the recent case of hundreds of blackbirds falling in Mexico, some experts believe that the flock was most likely flushed from above by a predatory bird swooping down to make a catch. Others believe that the high levels of pollution caused by the use of wood-burning heaters, agrochemicals, and cold temperatures are to blame. But some people have also suggested that 5G technology could be a contributing factor. Another possible explanation for such occurrences is the animal's increased sensitivity to vibrations and environmental changes. Changes in the Earth's magnetic field, air pressure, and even the level of gases in the atmosphere are examples of this. Some animals, according to research, can detect early warning signs of an impending natural disaster, such as seismic activity or a weather change, and respond accordingly. Previous similar events have been reported over the years, with one of the most notable being the 2011 New Year's Eve event in Arkansas, during which thousands of dead birds fell from the sky. Experts investigated the incident and proposed various explanations, such as the birds being disoriented by fireworks or suffering from disease. Similar reports of dead birds falling from the sky were reported in Louisiana, Sweden, and many other places. Another noteworthy incident was the mass beaching of whales, which has been observed to occur prior to natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis. According to research, these animals can detect changes in the Earth's magnetic field and ocean floor, which can indicate an impending natural disaster. Religious beliefs about animals and their connection to the end of the world have been present throughout history. Many religious texts, including the Bible, mention the role of animals in foretelling the end of the world. In Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 20, the Bible states, "The fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the beasts of the field, every creature that moves along the ground and all the people on the face of the earth will tremble at my presence. The mountains will collapse, the cliffs will crumble, and every wall will collapse." This passage implies that animals, like all other living creatures on earth, will be affected by the end of the world and will warn of its imminent arrival. Animals as a sign of the end of the world is a belief shared by many cultures, not just Christianity. Animals are thought to have a special connection with the divine and the ability to sense unseen phenomena in Islamic tradition as well. Many Islamic scholars believe that animals have heightened awareness and can detect danger long before it occurs, similar to how they can detect natural disasters. The Hadith, which are collections of the Prophet Muhammad's sayings and actions, contain several accounts of animals behaving strangely before natural disasters, such as the famous story of the elephant's movement towards Mecca. This story is believed to have been a warning sign of the emerging crisis that was about to befall the city. There are stories in Islamic history about animals behaving strangely before major events, such as before Prophet Muhammad and his companions' migration to Medina. According to historical accounts, the animals in Medina were seen behaving strangely, which was interpreted as a sign that the Prophet and his companions were on their way to the city. Furthermore, many Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of paying attention to natural signs, which are thought to be indications of God's will. Many scientists and experts have studied examples of animal behavior before natural disasters. Certain animals have been shown in studies to be able to detect natural disasters before they even occur, and their behavior can be used as a warning sign for humans. Animals such as elephants have been observed acting strangely prior to earthquakes. Some have even been observed whining, becoming restless or nervous, or even attempting to flee the area. It has been reported in China that rats, snakes, and insects flee their homes before an earthquake occurs. These behaviors aided people in preparing for the disaster. Animals such as monkeys, elephants, and flamingos have been observed to move to higher ground before tsunamis strike. Animals in the Sumatra region were seen fleeing to higher ground before the tsunami struck in 2004, providing a warning to the residents. Animals such as birds, bats, and insects have been observed to change their migration patterns to hurricanes. Birds have been observed flying away from the area, bats flying out of their caves, and insects leaving their homes. This behavior aids people in preparing for the storm. Animals such as dogs, cats, and cows have been observed acting strangely prior to tornadoes. Some have been observed whining, becoming restless or nervous, or even attempting to flee the area. This behavior aided people in preparing for the disaster. This complex phenomena of animals sensing natural disasters and sending warning signals to humans is both fascinating and important. The recent death of hundreds of blackbirds in Mexico, as well as strange changes in animal behavior around the world, highlight the importance of understanding the scientific explanations of such events. While such occurrences are not uncommon, it's critical to comprehend the scientific explanations, as well as the historical and religious beliefs that underpin them. Animals have been observed to act strangely prior to natural disasters, providing crucial clues and warning signals. We can be better prepared for natural disasters and potentially save lives if we understand their behaviors. Ultimately, it is critical to approach these events with an open mind, considering all possible explanations and remembering the critical role that animals play in our world. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and watch these ones as well.